In the hidden village, Taeyong's stay with Ryan became his only sense of reality. He followed her to the fields where she picked wildflowers. He made clumsy crowns and placed one on her head. She rolled her eyes but kept it. At night, he whispered random thoughts. Taeyong, do you think the stars ever get lonely? Ryan, snorting. What are you, a poet? But secretly, she loved those strange questions of his. She was supposed to be annoyed, but every day her annoyance melted into reluctant fondness. Sorry. Back in the village, a subtle shift. Days turned into weeks. Vine found herself laughing more than she should, scolding him less than she wanted to, and worrying about him more than she admitted. He followed her everywhere still, but she had stopped calling it annoying. One evening, as the sun dipped into the horizon, they sat on the porch steps. Flies blinked in the distance, tiny stars fallen to earth. Taeyong, do you think we could stay here forever? Why forever? You'd go crazy without your mom stories. Taeyong, what if you tell me stories instead? Wine glanced at him, startled by how serious his eyes were. She laughed, shaking her head. Wine, you're impossible, yaar. But deep down, she wondered if maybe, just maybe, he was right. Because somewhere between the ruined town, the river, and the small village lights, the lost boy had begun to find his way. And somewhere she had not expected, the runaway bride had begun to wonder if she had found her too. At night, both were sitting in the room staring at the starry night through the small wooden window as if is whispering many secrets. Look how good I am at English. At writing English, okay? His gaze darted away to the ground, to the roots, anywhere but her face. His hands clenched tightly in his sleeves. Taeyong, home is not home. Their words were simple, but they carried an ocean behind them, an ocean of feelings behind them. Her heart stirred. She didn't praise, not yet, but her silence encouraged him to continue. Taeyong, hesitant, voice breaking. They don't want me there, they never did. His mind betrayed him with flashes, his father's cold stare, his mother's sharp signs, his brother's mocking laughter. Sorry. Why can't you be Why can't you be normal, Taeyong? Don't embarrass us. Stay in your room when the guest arrive. He remember hiding behind curtains during family dinners, his stomach growling while laughter echoed from the dining hall. He remembered the maid whispered to another he cursed something is wrong in his head. He remembered nights staring at the ceiling, wishing he could peel his own skin off just to be someone else. His nails dug into his palms now, shaking. Ryan saw the way his breathing reached. His body curling tighter into itself like a frightened kid. Without thinking, she reached down and placed her hand gently over his. And uh, the, the thing that he felt was only warmth. He stiffened instantly. His eyes snapped to hers, wide, stuttered, like she had just broken some unspoken rule. Fine. Hey, breathe. You're not cursed. You're just hurting. Her words were bold, unfiltered, and they struck straight through his armor. For a second, he wanted to pull away to retreat into the safety of his solitude, but her touch, steady, grounding, kept him there. His lips parted, trembling. Damn, they say I'm broken. Vine's jaw clenched. Vine, this, what they say is all wrong. They are wrong. Taeyong blinked as if the idea had never occurred to him. Vine leaned closer, her eyes fierce. Vine, listen to me. I don't care what they told you. I don't care what you have been forced to believe. You are not broken, Taeyong. You're surviving in a world that doesn't know how to love someone like you. That's not your flaw, it's theirs. His breath caught, his name on her lips sounded different, not like a curse, not like an accusation. It sounded like something alive. Silence stretched in again, but it was no longer suffocating. Above them, the moonlight filtered through the leaves, catching in her tangled hair and torn gown. She looked both wild and radiant, like she belonged to the forest itself. Taeyang stared, unable to look away. Mayan noticed a faint smile tugged at her lips. Mayan, you were staring. Taeyang, sorry. Mayan, don't be. I'm used to people staring, just usually not like this. Mayan, usually they stare because they think I'm a scandal, a burden, a girl who doesn't know her place. Her laugh was hollow. Fine, my family didn't care what I want. They just wanted me to show off to some rich old man, like property, like I am not even a person. Taeyang's heart clutched. The pain in her voice echoed his own in a different way. The two souls discarded by those mean to love them. He whispered before he could stop himself. Taeyang, I know what that feels like. Her head lifted, her eyes locking with his, and in that instant something shifted. Two strangers, yet not strangers at all. Two broken pieces, recognizing each other in the dark. A breeze swept through the trees, scattering fireflies into the air. Tiny lights glowed between them, flickering like stars that had come down to listen. Mayan's lips parted slightly, caught by the strange beauty of it. Taeyang followed her gaze, and for the first time and the first time in these days, he allowed himself to feel the magic of the moment. Mayan, maybe we were both meant to end up that day. Taeyang looked at her again, his chest tightening with something unfamiliar. Hope, fear, or both. Taeyang, maybe. And for the first time, he didn't feel completely alone. Mayan cutely slipped away to fetch fire rods. She'd never come back. Taeyang waited, passing in circles, his chest tightened until panic clawed at his throat. Taeyang, Mayan, Mayan, Mayan. He ran through the village, searching every path, no answer, only silence. For the second time in his life, he felt that crushing terror of alone. This time it was not the forest that allowed him. It was the fear of losing her. Damn, I won't let her disappear. Please, not her too. In the morning, the village was just waking up when the rumble of the black cars rolled in, a sound so out of place among the chirping birds and mooing cows that everyone stopped what they were doing. Children pointed curiously, farmers paused mid-swing with their sickles. Vine, carrying a basket of vegetables, rose when she saw the line of suited man stepped out. At the center, a woman in an expensive silk sari adjusted her sunglasses, her face sharp with pride. Beside her, a man in a tailored suit frowned, his authority as heavy as the air. Mayan's parents. They were Taeyang's parents. Mayan's stomach dropped. She collected it and fixed in her belly. No, from their little heart, Taeyang stumbled out, rubbing his eyes, still half asleep. His hair was messy, his shirt loose, blinked at the sight of the car, and then froze, his face paling. Taeyang, Appa, Uma? Mrs. Kim's eyes narrowed at him before flicking towards Ryan. Her lips curled in disapproval. Mrs. Kim, so it's true. You have been hiding here with her. The villagers gathered quickly, whispering. Mr. Kim, Taeyang, do you realize the shame you have brought to this family? Running away like a child, living in dirt, mixing with strangers? Ryan, cutting in boldly. He has not done anything wrong. He's been happy here. Is not that what matters? Mrs. Kim snapped her. Mr. Kim snapped his head Sorry, let me just correct it. Okay. Mr. Kim, don't speak when elders are talking. You don't belong in this conversation, girl. Why? If it's about him, I do belong because he's not just your son right now. He's my husband. She needed to lie. The crowd gasped softly. Taeyong's ears turned red. His shy hands twisted at the hem of his shirt. Taeyong, Taeyong, why him? Mrs. K. Sorry. Mr. Kim, husband, don't insult the word. You think just because you played house in this filthy village, you're fit to be part of our family? Do you even know who we are? Wyatt, I don't care who you are. I only care about who he is. For a moment, silence hung heavy. Taeyong's gaze started between them, his lips trembling. He wanted to say something, but his shyness wrapped chains around his voice. Mr. Kim's insult. Sorry, let me just adjust it. Mr. Kim snapped closer. His tone, dripping venom. Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim, girls like you, poor shameless, always find ways to trap men like my son. Did you think hiding here would keep us from finding out? Damn, don't talk to her like that. Everyone froze, including Ryan. His voice was barely above the whisper, but it held a strength that surprised even himself. Damn, she didn't trap me. I strayed because I wanted to. Mr. King. Damn, do you even know what you were saying? Damn, flinched, lowering his gaze, shoulders curling. Ryan, he does know. You just don't want to hear it. Mr. Kim gestured and two men in suits stepped forward. Mr. Kim, take him into the car. Taeyang panicked as they grabbed his arms. Taeyang, wait, let me talk. Let us talk. Ryan rushed forward, grabbing his another hand. Ryan, don't you dare drag him like that. He's not a prisoner. Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, and you let go. Whatever little play acting you did here ends today. Ryan's eyes burned with tears, but her grip only tightened. He's not a puppet. If you really care, then ask him what he wants. Theo, why isn't she? Ryan, it's okay, don't cry, just be strong, Taeyong. Even if they take you, don't forget you're not alone. Ryan, don't worry, I won't let them erase me from your life. The cars drove off, leaving behind silence. The villagers placed comforting hands on her shoulder, whispering sympathy, but her eyes never left the road because deep inside she knew that this was not the end. Inside the car Taeyong sat silently, his hands clutched into face on his knees. His shy, trembling lips finally whispered words no one heard. Taeyong, why didn't she wait for me? Sorry for the background noise as I am sitting outside my house and I don't live in a jungle, but we have many insects here. Okay, sorry for the background noise. Okay, sorry. At the evening, the heart felt unbearably silent after Taeyong's family dragged him away. Ryan sat by the fire, staring at the flickering flames. Her fingers absently pressed the bracelet Taeyong had once shyly tied around her wrist. His face red as he muttered it was just nothing he found. Her chest ached. She whispered to the empty room. Ryan, he looked at me from the car like you wanted to say something. I heard it in your eyes, dear. Don't worry, I will wait. The door creaked before she could turn. A cloth placed over her mouth. The sharp scent made her